sunshine on a rainy day. Hey guys, it's Sunkissed K, and I'm finally back with another video, y'all. So I know it's been a while. It's been like maybe 8 months or so since I've uploaded anything, but today I'm coming back with a banger. You feel me? This video today is just gonna be about being 18 and pregnant. As everybody that may know, you might have seen my daughter in previous videos. She is now 2 years old, but I just wanted to do like a review of being a teen mom, you know, because I know it's a lot of females out there that's, you know, probably pregnant now, or, you know, may end up being in that situation, which hopefully you don't, but just in case you do, watch this video, tune in, and here we go. So I'm gonna start from the beginning. I was 17 and I was a junior in high school. Going into my senior year, it was the end of my junior year or whatever. And it was this guy that I knew from middle school. Now, we actually lost contact and we stopped talking to each other for like maybe 4, maybe 5 years. It was a while, like it was a long time. And then we found, like he found me on Facebook or whatever and we started talking again. I instantly kind of fell in love with him because first of all, I've never had like any love anyway, you know what I'm saying? So I didn't know what true love was, but when I started talking to him, I just felt like that was that. I was so excited, like I went off it. So yeah, we started talking, and at first it was online because he was actually in a different city. He was in Philadelphia and I was in Jacksonville, which is where I'm from. He had moved back to Atlanta and then ended up going back to Philly during the time frame that we were not talking. So after like a month or so of talking to each other again, we went straight into being in a relationship. Got into a relationship, got pretty serious pretty quick, and of course the next move was for somebody to make a move. Me, I still was living with my mom, so she wasn't having it. I wasn't going to Philadelphia to live with nobody or be with no man, you know what I'm saying? I'm still in high school, I couldn't do all that. And he's older than me, so it was like a lot easier for him to just leave. So this was in about November when we started talking. By February, he came from Philadelphia to Jacksonville to be with me. And basically, I was still a virgin at the time. I ended up falling, like I said, I was already in love with him. So maybe like a month or so after he got back down here, I lost my virginity in like March of 2016, I believe it was. So yeah, went from there, and I just didn't, you know, I pretty much went like a year and some change without getting pregnant. So at this point, I was pretty much okay with everything. But things got a little rocky in our relationship around like the first year, before we hit our first year mark, or a little bit after we hit our first year mark. So I pretty much went, and I broke up with him a couple of times, but I kept going back because, you know, they be saying like your first love, like it's harder to leave somebody, especially when that's all you know. So I ended up breaking up with him, but then I went back, and he actually had a new girlfriend at the time, because when I broke up with him, he moved pretty quick, you feel me? He didn't wait on me, no nothing. So it was pretty heartbreaking, but I broke up with him, and then maybe like a week or so later, he had a girlfriend. So at this point, I'm feeling like I'm finna go take my man back, you feel me? So I went back and I scooped him back up, but this time, like I had my car and stuff because I was in high school and I had my own car. So I would go see him all the time, and every time I would see him, we would, you know, have sex or whatever. It was this one night I went over there when he had his girlfriend, and I pulled up on him and he had sex in my car or whatever. And at this time, it looked like he did not use his method that he used to use all the time, because we did not use protection. So he didn't do it. And then next thing I asked him, like, hey, did you know, like inside me or whatever? And he's like just smiling. I'm like, okay, like no. So I don't know, I just got pretty scared, and then I just automatically thought like, yep, I'm pregnant. Like, let me just go ahead, take a test. Mind y'all, at this time, I think I was a senior in high school by then, because it was like a year or so later. And yeah, y'all, it was just crazy. I went and got a pregnancy test and all that, went back, tried to tell him and all that good stuff, but I wasn't pregnant. So then, at this time, our relationship was just pretty toxic. It was pretty much like one of those things where you kind of have to like prove your love for somebody, and I was in that place. So I found myself trying to prove my love to a man that wasn't ready to be loved, and in order to do that, I felt like I ran out of options. Like I had tried so much stuff to keep him, or tried so many things to make him realize my worth and realize that I was different than everybody else, and it never worked. So I went to the extreme measure, which was to have a baby by him. I literally deliberately started trying to get pregnant by him. This happened when he first did it. It was like January of 2017. And by the time I started trying, it was like we tried February and March, like deliberately trying to get pregnant. So it wasn't working. Like I just wasn't getting pregnant. Like he did it every day almost. And I remember like the whole month of February in 2017, we literally were messing around every single day. And each day he was trying, and it just didn't work. So I was like, okay, well, I guess I just can't get pregnant, or it might be something wrong with you. I don't know what it is, but obviously this ain't working. It ain't meant to be. Time kept going by, and y'all, like I said, he had cheated on me before. So it was a lot of insecurities, a lot of toxicity. I think that's how you say it. It was just a lot of toxic, like, stuff that was going on in our relationship, and we pretty much should have just let it go. But we kept trying to fix it. So yeah. He, excuse me. I had tried it in March. Well, February. Didn't work. Tried it in March. Didn't work. So, come April, I had, like, by the end of March, I had just pretty much made up in my mind, like, no, it's not meant to be. Like, we shouldn't be trying to have a kid. We shouldn't even be together. So, I just told him, like, he had to leave. I pretty much told him to leave my people's house and to go back to Philadelphia, and we got him a ticket so he could leave or whatever. So it's now April 2017, and my prom comes around for my senior year. Prom night, I was not with him. I just left, went, had fun, you know what I'm saying? Pretty much was like ignoring his phone calls for the most part. Like I just didn't want to be bothered, because I used to feel like he used to ruin a lot of my amazing moments in my life because he was so insecure about certain things. So I didn't want to be bothered by him. I'm like, you know what, this is prom night. I'm finna have fun. I'm finna enjoy myself with my friends. I'm doing what I want to do. So yeah, like I went out or whatever, came back home. He was pretty pissed off or whatever. And then I did not have sex with him at all. Like prom night, I was like, no. I mean, and then it's kind of like a statistic. Like you already know, like everybody get pregnant on prom, like everybody. So I didn't want to be that girl. I just was like, no, I'm not going to do it with him. You know, I just went to sleep. And then the next day is when we got his ticket for him to leave to go to Philly. And it was like a pretty much like a bittersweet day because, mind y'all, we went through all that stuff, and yeah, it was bad. But this was also like somebody I thought would have been the love of my life. Like I literally was with him for 2.5 years, and well, not at that time, but it was a lot. Like I lost my virginity to him. I was always a really good girl. Grew up, you know, I'm a Christian and stuff. So I always was like, no, whoever I lose my virginity to is going to be my husband. Mind y'all, we had got engaged. He got my name tattooed. It's a lot of history. So it was really hard to really just let it go. But sometimes you just have to. You just can't continue to hold on to something that's not there anymore. So I was sending him out of town, and I was sad. I just tried to act hard or whatever. I was kind of like, you know, I know it's gonna hurt, but I gotta let it go. I gotta do it. So yeah, I got his ticket or whatever, and I was gonna take him down to the Greyhound station. Literally did not touch this man at all until about an hour before he left, and we did it. And he did not, you know, he didn't use any precautions or anything, any contraceptives, nothing. So I'm thinking, hey, it didn't work this time. You know, before, I should be straight. You know, I'm not worried about it. I wasn't really worried about it at all. So I still sent him out of town or whatever. And then after that, we still were, like, really connected. Like, them soul ties are serious, y'all. Because I still was, like, in love. I just felt like, okay, I just want to make this work. Like, we can figure it out. We can just go out of town. Let's get some space. Let's get time to miss each other. And then you can come back. So he left. I went to Philly. And then About a couple of days later, or maybe a week later, I started calling him and talking to him. Well, we were already talking again, talking like that whole night and stuff. But when we talked, like, one night he was on a game with his cousin, and I'm just at home laying down in my bed, and all of a sudden I feel super nauseous. Like, ooh, excuse me. I felt super, super, super nauseous. Like, I was gonna throw up at any moment. Mind y'all, I hate throwing up. So it's like, if I throw up, it's something wrong, because literally I will hold that jump back. I will put it in the back of my throat and not, like, I will not throw up for nothing. So yeah, I was just super, super nauseous, and I'm like, man, like, I need to go to the bathroom, throw up. So I go to the bathroom, lean over the toilet, nothing comes out. And he just laughing on the game, like just having the freaking time of his life, and I'm on the phone sick. So I literally started crying, because it was like misery. Like, you having to throw up so bad and not being able to it was the worst feeling ever. I literally was just like, bruh, whatever. Like, I don't know what's wrong with me, but So yeah, like, I didn't throw up, but I eventually started feeling better again. I laid down, and I just had to, like, go to sleep, because I just couldn't take it. So fast forward another week. So now we're 2 weeks in, and that was the first symptom, was like the nausea. Second one was the eating habits. I literally was so hungry one day. I got some Bonos, and because I was just craving it so bad, I just wanted some barbecue. I'm like, yes, I need to get me this. Like, I just need barbecue, a rib or something, like. But when I went to get a rib, I think they were out of rib. It was something where I decided to get chicken instead. So I went and got a little thing from Bonos or whatever. It was a bunch of food, like a fat platter. Like, it was crazy. And I ate all of it. All my friends know I do not finish meals at all. Like, I'm always that girl that has to take a freaking to-go plate, because I never finish my food, ever. So that night, I tore it up. Like, I ate all my macaroni, I ate my bread, I ate my meat, I ate my beans, I ate my fries. I'm like, everything. It was just so good. Like, I tore it up. And then maybe like 5 minutes later, I was starving again. And I'm like, man, something probably wrong. Like, I didn't know what it was, but I'm like, something is wrong. Like, if I'm sitting here eating like this, it's an issue. So he ended up coming back maybe about like the end of the second week, or maybe going into 3 weeks. He came back down here or whatever, and I still was like, okay. But then I started a new job, and I was a server at Steak and Shake. So when I started at Steak and Shake, I pretty much was like, I had to do this thing my first night on the floor. They had us typing in orders or whatever, like practicing orders. So they gave us like this packet, and you had to type in all the orders on there, try and find the stuff as soon as possible, and then let them know when you're done. So I'm on there doing it, practicing or whatever, and I had just started, and all of a sudden I felt like this heat wave come across me, like, and I felt dizzy, and I just felt like I was gonna pass out. Like, I didn't know what the heck was wrong with me, but I was like, man, no. So I had to sit down. I had to tell I almost said the master, what? I had to tell the manager, like, no, I have to sit down, like, I'm not feeling good or whatever. And he just was like, okay, well, you know, you can sit down. Do you need some water? I'm like, yeah. Drank some water, and I got up, and I still was just not feeling it. But I made it through the night. I was like, whatever, I'm a trooper. I got it. So I finished that, go home. Well, I leave work, and my baby daddy had asked me to go get his brother from these apartments. So I'm like, all right, yeah, I got you. Got in the car and took him or whatever, and while we were sitting outside waiting on him, or when he was getting in the car, I felt like the little feeling again, but it wasn't as strong. And yeah, I got a tooth over here that's hurting really bad, so if you see me like doing that, it hurts. So I'm trying to keep it, but whatever. Anywho, so yeah, I went and got his brother, and yeah, I picked him up and stuff. I still felt a little feeling like, by this time it's May of 2017. So I'm always finna graduate high school. I'm 18 at the time now, because my birthday was October of 2016. So I was finna get ready to graduate. And yeah, I hadn't took him home and stuff, and I just wasn't really feeling good. So I would say Oh, this wasn't. Oh yeah, this was May. So a few days later, I was like, okay, I need to go take a test. I don't even know if my period was late because I keep up with it for the most part, but not all the time. So whatever. So I didn't know, but I told him, like, we need to go take a test or whatever, because I just wasn't really feeling right. And he of course agreed. He was actually pretty happy because, yeah, he wanted to have a kid anyway. So one morning I got up and I had a long shift at Steak and Shake that night. I had 2 jobs at the time. So I worked at Steak and Shake and I worked at Firehouse Subs. So that specific day I had to work about 4 hours at Firehouse or whatever. So we got up in the morning. We got up in the morning or whatever and went to get us some food. I remember we had Burger King that morning. I don't remember exactly what I got, but I got something from Burger King. And I remember being in the parking lot or the drive-thru and I smelled like bacon. But he said he didn't smell bacon. So I asked him, like, hey, babe, you smell bacon? Like, I smell it. And he like, no, I don't smell that. Like, I was tripping type thing. I'm like, oh, okay. That was another sign. But I didn't take it like that at first. So after that, we went to Dollar General, and I was like, let's go get the test. Because I was actually nervous at the time. I'm like, bruh. And I had kept taking pregnancy tests before because I told y'all we was trying that first. So kept taking pregnancy tests before, and yeah, they just kept coming out negative. So I'm like, I can't be pregnant, whatever. Like, so we went to Dollar General and got a real cheap pregnancy test and went back to my mom and them house or whatever, and I went ahead and took it. Like, as soon as I got there, I went to the bathroom and I took the test. And they tell you to wait for like 3 minutes or something. So I waited and I went to the bathroom, look at the test. The test looks negative. So I'm like, oh, well, we're not pregnant. He was kind of sad. I'm like, well, it's not, it's just not working. I guess it's not meant for us to have a kid. I didn't want it to work anyway, because at that time it was a mixture of emotions, because at that time we had got back together, but when he was leaving, of course, I didn't want a kid anymore. I was like, whatever. So yeah, like, I ended up looking at it again, and I see like a light line, a second line. I'm like, hey, am I tripping? Like, and I called him. I'm like, babe, like, come here, come look at this. Like, so he came over there and he looked at the test and he got so excited. Like, we saw the second line. It was very faint, but I could probably show y'all a picture of it. I could probably like put it in here. But it was like very faint and you could barely tell. And I'm like, oh my God. So this is like May 12th, 2017. Mother's Day coming up, like 2 days before Mother's Day or something. And I'm like, oh wow, so now I'm gonna be a mom. But I had to double check. So I'm like, okay, I went to work. I ate my food, of course. I went to work, got off work, and went back home. No, I didn't go home. I went to the hospital. And I got my best friend, and it was my baby daddy. And we went to the hospital, and we went to go check to make sure I was pregnant. And I was. So I was like, okay, well, now I have to tell my mom. Like, and at first I was going to wait till Mother's Day because I'm like, that'll kind of be like a Mother's Day gift. And at the same time, I didn't know how she was going to react because everybody saw, like, how bad our relationship was. So nobody was really, like, a big fan of him, for real. So I knew I was going to get some type of judgment, but I didn't know, like, I just didn't know what it was going to be. So I went back home, and I think I waited a day or two. And I finally went and I told her, she was leaving for work or something. And I'm like, hey, Mom, we just started talking to her. And she was just like, what's up? How you doing? And we was talking. And I'm like, well, I got to tell you something. And she was like, what? And before I could even, I had the paper in my pocket. I had like a whole plan in my head. Like, I'm going to just pull the paper out and hand it to her. So I was like, I got to tell you something. She was like, what? And then she was like, you pregnant? And I'm like, yes, ma'am. And she was like, I knew it. Like, she was so mad. She was very upset. She said she cried, which made me sad because I'm like, dang, like. But, hey, eventually she got over it, and I told everybody that I was pregnant. My stepdad knew and all that good stuff. So, I mean, after that, I was pretty much supported. I didn't have to worry about nothing. I got everything that I needed for my baby. But what I would say, y'all, just as a lesson, because I'm gonna do a story about my labor and delivery too. I don't have many videos of that, but if I could find them, I'll definitely do a video about that one too. But I was 18 and when that happened. So I just feel like, never feel like as a young woman you have to prove yourself in a relationship. You know, if a man don't recognize how much you're worth, if they don't recognize like how special you are and how much they can trust you because of their own insecurities, then you have to let that man go, baby. You cannot continue to hold on to no man that's not ready to trust, is not ready to love you correctly, that's not ready to do right by you, and think a kid might fix it. You know, like, or just don't do that. Because I mean, my baby, she's the best thing that's ever happened to me now. You feel me? Like, but at that time, I honestly still look at it like, you know, I'm 21 now, but it's just like, if I would have waited on some stuff, I would be a lot farther in life. Like, I would probably be in college. Like, I would be doing a lot more. I mean, I'm blessed because God, he makes ways, like, seriously. Like, I've been in my new apartment for a month, so I have to do a apartment tour on that too, y'all. I have to get this TV up though, because I have a TV stand and I still have not put my TV stand up, so my TV is just on the floor. So if anybody know how to put up TV stands, y'all hit me up, let me know something, because Walmart be doing too much. And I'm thinking about just getting the receipt and taking it back, because at this point, I might just mount this TV. I don't know. I'm just stressed out at this point, so yeah. But yeah, like, I have my own apartment now. I'm 21 years old. My baby is 2. She'll be 3 in January of 2021. So it was, I mean, it was the best thing at some point, but it was also something where it's like, you just realize how much more you have to do. You have to work extra hard when you have a kid. It's not like everybody else. Everybody can just get up, they can just move, they can go, they can do whatever they want to do. Me, on the other hand, I'm like, let me find a babysitter. If I don't have a babysitter, then I'm just like, well, look, I just can't do it. You know, which I'm not the type of person that, I don't hang out like that. I don't do much, for real. I really just be chilling. Like, I be home for the most part, and I be okay with being home. But sometimes you do want that time to yourself. And when you don't have that much support from the other parent, like, it's not easy. Because the way everything turned out versus what I thought was going to happen was totally different. Like, literally, I thought this would have been the man of my dreams. I thought I was going to be in love with him forever. You know, I trusted him, but it didn't work like that. Like, I'm a single mom, but I have my own car. I have my own apartment. I have my own job. My baby is in daycare. She's well taken care of. And God did it. That's pretty much all I can say, is because a lot of that stuff would have let me down a road of freaking depression. So it's hard, but you gonna get through it. Like, if you really just keep pushing, don't give up. You know, your baby depends on you. Your baby loves you, even when you feel like nobody does. Like, it can be frustrating, it can be challenging, it can be so much, but just love your baby. Don't focus on the man. Like, you know, if y'all not together, then y'all just not together. Just let it be. But that is pretty much my story about teen pregnancy and how I found out I was pregnant at 18 years old. Wait, was I 18 when I found? Yeah, I was 18. Yeah, so I just wanted to go ahead and make this video for y'all. And I will be making more videos. I am pretty much quarantined right now anyway. So I'm like, hey, might as well pursue my YouTube career. But I really hope y'all enjoy this video, and like, comment, share, subscribe, y'all, because I am trying to build a freaking empire at this point. Like, I have plans, but I need support. You know, can't do anything without people viewing it for real on social media. So I really just would love for y'all to support me, and I'm there to support anybody that needs support as well. It's been fun chatting with y'all, and I really hope y'all have a great day. And yeah, like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you for watching.